Hello again, everybody. It is the...
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 15 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
When I see Latavius Murray with the ball in his hands, I think that he's a dangerous player. He has good speed, good presence to run inside, nice toughness, and good vision. But once he gets past the first line of defense, he can make a guy miss and turn it into a bigger game.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. On 1st down, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a 1st-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. 1st drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back near his goal line, here's Mayfield, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Landry, the intended target. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Cousins now on second down. For Kirk Cousins, it's his first touchdown pass as a Minnesota Viking, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 14 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice, solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A toss play to Hunt. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to...
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Hunt. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The ball comes out. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Cousins the thrower. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. A second down throw for Cousins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Cousins, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested 1st half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it to the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2 having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6.
While in Washington, Kirk Cousins had the pleasure of throwing to Jordan Reed at tight end for the last few seasons. And now that he's moved to Minnesota, he has Kyle Rudolph, who may not be quite as athletic as Jordan Reed, but still has excellent hands and knows how to make plays in the red zone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Sherrills to return it. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from
Cook stripped. The ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. But Charles, it's the second quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but Like I said, it's the second quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool. But he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that.
Defense.
Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Here we go now.
Mayfield to throw it. Buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. So we hit halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They're down here in the third quarter, trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of...
And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. from the gun. Here's Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On second down, Cousins again. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know.
Yeah.
Or mental focus.
Yeah,
that's got to stay with it.
That's true. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Here we go now.
They'll run again with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper into the game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
This is Hunt, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Everson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Third and long for Mayfield. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down.
I know. Extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. It's a quarterback sneak, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side, able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Crosby puts it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Cousins on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Back to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Morgan. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. And it's third and short. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guy's going downfield to catch the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Bailey now to kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Danielle Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the grab. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. A road win in the National Football.